So I hope that you're still around. If you need a break, just hit the pause button. You can have a break at any time. Okay? All right. So the next stories relate to the southern bluefin tuna, which is a lucrative species. Okay? And the fisheries knew early on about the migration pathway of tuna and about the areas where they are most easy to catch. Okay, and there's a little map here, and you already know all about it. It's essentially the juvenile bluefin tuna come from the Indonesian waters, take advantage of the Luran current, and they swim into the eastern Great Australian Bight and the into the upwelling regions, okay, where they gain more than 50% of their final weight. So they come and feed in this area. And this is the area where they're most easy to catch when they move away, and then you can catch them in open waters. And this is what the fisheries did extensively in the past until the fisheries collapsed. And I'll show you on the next slide a time series of this collapse. But after the collapse, what the fisheries decided to do is they catch the juvenile fish in this red marked area here in the upwelling region, and they use the juvenile fish for the fish farming. And they put them into farms and feed them in farms. Okay, so the first thing you see is a clear example of overfishing. Okay, here are the catches and tons from the 1950s. Okay, late 1950s, the fishery started, and then you can see that the fishery collapsed, sort of around by the end of the 1980s, a very, very strong drop, okay, to almost less than 10%, okay, of the initial stock, and then started the fish farming. And the fish farming have using quota, and they try to keep the population stable. Okay? But if you with a fine look, if you look at the total number, there's also variations in there. Okay, it looks like that the numbers have dropped from 2000 onwards. Okay, you can see a drop here. Also included here is information on who caught southern bluefin tuna. And blue is Japan, okay? The red is Australia, and others are marked in green. And you can see that in recent years, it's the biggest catch comes actually from Australia. Okay. All right, so this is already one example of relevance to in the context of pollution, actually, overfishing. So, okay, so let's talk about now events associated with the tuna farming. The tuna farming.